meeting of the Wheaton Park District Board of Commissioners, September 15th, 2021. Mike, could you take the roll, please?
Commissioner Vires.
Here.
Commissioner Morrill.
Here.
Commissioner Mee.
Here.
Commissioner Kelly.
Here.
President Frey.
Here.
Thank you.
We have a couple presentations. Environmental Education Supervisor Deb.
Welcome, Deb.
Thank you, Deb.
Good evening. Thank you very much for letting me come in tonight. My name is Deb Ditchman. I'm the Environmental Education Supervisor for the Lincoln Marsh, and I'm here to tell you tonight about what fun things we have happening over at Lincoln Marsh. This summer, we were privileged to provide summer camp experiences to over 400 kids, over 43 different themed camps. When enrollment began, demand for Lincoln Marsh camps was so high that we opened up PM sessions of almost every camp. These additional camps meant that we had a 16% increase in enrollment from 2019 to 2021. Our brochure programs have also continued to be popular. If a program fills, we do our best to accommodate any wait lists by either providing additional staff, or if the wait list is so large, we'll even open up an additional session and provide even more opportunities for people to attend programs. Right now, for our requested programs, we're seeing mostly scouts, and we're seeing a lot of birthday parties. School groups are down a bit, just due to various mitigations throughout the state, but these two groups have been very, very strong, and our scout programs are on target to be equal, if not greater, to our 2019 numbers. The Teams course, as you guys know, did close for the 2020 season, but after certifying earlier in the month, we opened up the Teams course on June 15th. Since the course opening in June, we are currently on track to provide at least 100 groups by the end of our season, with over 1,500 participants attending. Going into fall, we are looking forward to a lot of different programs coming up. We continue with our popular scavenger hunt programs. Our Owl Prowl program has had to expand already to 2 additional sections due to demand, so we have those going for us. Any questions?
That's too short, Deb.
That was very,
I'm sorry.
concise, efficient.
Hey, Deb, you and the staff have done a great job. 2020, you hung in there and you're still doing it. So, kudos to you and the staff. Thanks.
Great job.
Thank you very much.
No other presentations? Okay, let's move on to community input. As it states, public comments are important to the board. However, it's the board's policy not to act on items until it has been taken to gather information and discuss all options. At this time, we have, I believe, 3. Laura Collins, Gary Jones, and Matt Long are going to speak.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Laura Collins. I live at 418 Westwood Drive. I wanted to explain a little bit about our petition of Westwood, Birch, and Beecher Roads regarding the northwest parking lot of Graff Park. First of all, the people that have signed this are residents and have been for 20, 30, 40, some even longer for years living in this area. When we moved in, the park itself was a field with a gravel path, and now it's become a paved path with multiple fields, which is beautiful. And needless to say, the increase in traffic has become a problem on our streets. You have done an absolute fabulous job since the Rams started patrolling our streets on the scheduled activities. Couldn't ask for a better job. Awesome, you guys. But when you leave, all our chaos starts all over again. So from Monday through Friday, they're zipping up and down our road, they're careless, they're confrontational, and they're all using that the end parking lot with the turnaround in it. We're actually afraid of our lives sometimes on our street. We have no sidewalks, no street lights. It's not an excuse. It's just another reason why our safety is a problem. We really don't see any benefit to having the parking lot or the turnaround. It does not help us whatsoever. If anything, it endangers our families, our children, our pets. And we would really hope that you would consider closing it down. And that's all I wanted to say because you've heard quite enough of me, so thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gary?
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me tonight. Appreciate your time. Yeah, so my name is Gary Jones. I'm a lifelong resident of 309 Birch Drive. I actually used to play in Graff Park before it was Graff Park. It was a field, and I think it was a cornfield before that. But so I've been on the street for quite a long time. And as you guys may know, it's we're kind of a U-shaped street. So Birch, Beecher, and Westwood, affectionately called the Horseshoe. And I've seen over the years our quiet, sleepy street that doesn't lead anywhere. There's no reason for anyone to be on that street traditionally, other than if you live there or you're visiting somebody that lives there. And I've kind of seen it transform into a bit of a racetrack during Rams games and other activities and practice days. So Laura said safety really is the number one issue here. The problem, it's kind of a two-front problem. Number one is and I don't have any data on this, but anecdotally, I would say probably half of the people coming down our street and speeding are not from the area. So there's no vested interest there for them to respect our neighborhood, respect our children, respect the speed limit. I get it. I'm a parent, and my daughter's in sports. But there's a lot of late, hurried, harried parents driving 2-ton vehicles down our streets at 30 or 40 miles an hour, and that's just not acceptable. And to tell you the truth, I'm kind of surprised that there hasn't been an accident in the past 10, 15 years that the Rams have been there. Again, I'm not saying the Rams are bad or anything like that. I'm just saying that's what brought the traffic in the first place. And so the reason they're speeding is so they can get to the northwest parking lot at the end of Beecher to drop off their daughters or sons, so they can get to a game or they can get to practice 15 to 30 seconds quicker than they would if they were dropped off at the main parking lot off of Manchester Road by Monroe Junior High School. So if we do kind of a cost-benefit analysis of the utility that parking lot brings the city, and especially any utility that parking lot brings our neighborhood, the benefit is 12 parking spaces, that's fine. And the benefit is getting kids to their practice or their game, again, maybe 15 seconds or 30 seconds faster than they would if they used the main parking lot off of Manchester Road. That's the benefit. The cost is safety. And, we can't stress that enough. Safety for kids, safety for adults, walking dogs, safety for pets. So I'd like to work with the council here to come up with some sort of a solution. Unfortunately, the only solution that I've come up with is to close that parking lot down. Then that eliminates the ability for these hurried parents driving down our streets at 40 miles an hour. If there's no reason to go there, there won't be cars on our streets, and therefore there won't be the safety issue that we're seeing. So I know that's probably a tough solution because it's got a lot of other constituencies involved, including the police, the city of Wheaton, Park District, and everything. So, but I would like you to consider that, and I would like to continue to have some sort of a open conversation about this problem that we're having. This problem hasn't just popped up. It's been going on for years and years. Again, ever since the Rams, I think, moved from Atten Park to Graff Park. I'm not sure what year that was, but it's been years. We've addressed it with the police before, and it was, we didn't really get results, so that's why we're here tonight. So at any rate, yeah, that's all I've got to say, so I appreciate your time, and I hope we can work together to come to some sort of solution and keep our neighborhood safe. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Gary, thank you. Matt?
Very much for everybody giving me an opportunity to speak. I appreciate it. I've been on 419 Westwood for 25 plus years, and being a father of 6 children, mostly adult children at this point, I've seen a lot go on in our neighborhood, and I had an experience that I believe if everyone sitting in this room would have experienced this with me, it would be absolutely no questions. A petition would have been brought up by everyone sitting here. On that particular day, I was startled by my wife's tears. And by the time I got outside the front door, I was hearing screaming beyond, I'm not a very emotional person necessarily, but it was blood-curdling screams. And it was an animal that had just been hit by a father with 4 children in his car and his wife. So it was very difficult because everybody was in shock. The street was an absolute bloody mess. The dog had been hit by a truck, and it was a three-quarter ton truck. And the experience of listening to the children, the parents, and the shock and the mess was shocking even to me. And I've seen a lot in my day. And it was a situation where it was felt his hands tied behind my back, helpless. And getting out there, trying to figure out how to calm everybody down, how to keep more people from getting hit. And we still had people angry, yelling at our neighbors, because I got to get my kid to practice when there's this carcass there still kicking, blood and brain matter scattered all over the street and curbs right in front of all our children. It was, if you guys had been there, I hate to be so gruesome, I hate to be so blunt, but you've asked my wife, that's all I'm good at, being very blunt. So I just please beg you guys to at least consider the petition. We are willing to work. We love the sports programs. It's great for the kids. My son he played football. All my kids played sports. I played semi-pro baseball. I get it. Okay, it's very important. It is key to the development of children. But on the other hand, when I was picking up this mess, because nobody else could even come around us, the gloves, the whole routine, I kept saying to myself, thank God this is not a child. Because the way the cars were parked and the way the situation would happen, there's no way. The poor guy and his kids in the truck, you should have seen the poor man. He was pale white. I thought he was going to vomit. And his kids were screaming in his truck. Daddy's going to go to jail. He killed something. So please consider this petition. We're willing to work with you guys in any way, shape, or form. But there has to be a solution. Now, you guys have done a great job, the Rams have, with the patrolling. It has helped tremendously. But again, it's the off days. It's the park access. Believe me, I love that north access down there. I love it, because that's what I usually use when I walk my dog. But I'd be willing to give that thing up for the safety of the children and to go around the long way. I don't have a problem with that. I know there's some neighbors that may not like it, but you know what? We do what's best for our children, correct? And I thank you guys for your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
Mr. President.
Laura, Gary, and Matt, thank you for your comments. As I mentioned before, we don't take any action tonight. We'll take everything under review, the petition, discuss it, and we'll come up with some kind of answer to give to you. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, I've
Yes.
got a question for the group.
Yes.
I assume by the applause that all of you on this side are all here for the same reason, okay? My question, one question, I got you. Has anyone in the group established a point of contact with the police department for your traffic and pedestrian safety concerns? Okay, have you established a specific person that you contact there? Well, I understand that. Okay. All right, it's just one board member.
Roll call in our park.
Okay,
We all went, and we talked to Officer Long, and some of the other
Okay.
names I don't remember. The reason why I remember that's my name. So it's very simple. We talked to him about it, and,
okay, so you've established at least a contact with Chief Murphy? Yes. Okay, in the interim, as the board, considers your concerns, maintain that contact with the police department. That's where it starts.
the police department is, scattered, there's a big task to cover.
The police department has a job, so make sure you continue that contact. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Let's move on. You're welcome to stay if you'd like. Yep. Let's move on to the consent agenda. I need a motion for the approval of the consent agenda.
I'll take a shot at it, Mr. President, if you're
Go
willing.
ahead.
It's about 10-point agenda. Move to approve the consent agenda, items A through J, beginning with item A, approval of disbursements totaling $1,371,065.78 for the period beginning July 14, 2021, and ending August 10, 2021. Item B, approval of the disbursements totaling $408,733.66 for the period beginning July 14, 2021, and ending August 10, 2021. C, approval of disbursements totaling $826,737.88 for the period beginning August 11, 2021, and ending September 7, 2021. D, approval of the disbursements totaling $270,093.52 for the period beginning August 11, 2021, and ending September 7, 2021. Item E, approval of the July 21, 2021 board meeting minutes. F, approval of September 1, 2021 special meeting minutes. G, approval of September 1, 2021 subcommittee meeting minutes. H, approval of September 1, 2021 closed session meeting minutes. I, approval of the purchase of basketball uniforms from All Pro Team Sports in the amount of $11,150. Finally, J, approval of the purchase of Jocks Box System for softball and baseball fields from On Deck Sports in the amount of $16,480.
We have a second.
Second.
Second by Kelly. We have a motion by me and a second by Kelly. Any comments, board? Mike, take a roll.
Commissioner Vires?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill?
Yes.
Commissioner Mee?
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
President Frey?
Yes. Let's move on to unfinished business. Excuse me. First point is a board vacancy. I would like to read a letter from Commissioner Fahey. President Frey and Board of Commissioners, effective immediately, I'm resigning as a board commissioner from the Wheaton Park District. We sold our home in Wheaton to live closer to my father-in-law in Michigan who has some health issues. I am grateful for the opportunity to serve the residents of Wheaton in a capacity to help guide, grow, and sustain our parks and services. It has been an honor to work alongside smart, talented, and passionate people that include staff, volunteers, and board members. I would like to thank the residents of Wheaton for their trust in me to be their voice in making wise, common-sense, conservative decisions that affect the whole community for the better. I am proud of my contributions to this incredible organization in the city of Wheaton. We have a press release that Mike, you all have a copy of it, that is be going out onto the website, correct, Mike?
Yeah, it'll go to our email blast list, it'll go out on our website, and we'll send it to the press.
We will be looking for applicants to replace Kevin. That will hopefully take effect at the beginning of next year and to fill that term until the elections in April of 2023. Any comments?
None. Sounds like a reasonable time frame.
I need a motion to approve moving forward.
Just for the record and for our friends at home, the action contemplated is the declaration of a vacancy on the Board of Park Commissioners for the Wheaton Park District due to the resignation of Kevin Fahey effective September 1, 2021. We had a motion and a second.
It was a toss-up over here.
Vires and me.
Commissioner Vires, seconded by Commissioner Mee.
No, by Kelly.
by Commissioner Kelly.
Kelly jumped in.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Thank you. We will release the release tomorrow morning and forward it through those outlets we described. And again, for those at home, we're looking for a statement of interest, a resume, and a summary of relevant qualifications from interested applicants by October 13th of 2021. Thank you.
Okay, moving on to new business. Item number 2, we need a motion for the 2022 budget and appropriation ordinance draft.
Move to approve the placement of the proposed 2022 budget and appropriation ordinance draft and related reports on 30-day public inspection.
Second?
Second.
Motion by me, a second by Morrill. Mike?
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Moving on to item number 3, we need a motion for the approval of ordinance 2021-02.
Move to approve ordinance 2021-02, approving the disposal and sale of personal property owned by the Wheaton Park District.
Second.
Second by Morrill. Motion by Vires, a second by Morrill. Mike?
Commissioner Morrill?
Yes.
Commissioner Mee? Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
Commissioner Vires?
Yes.
President Frey?
Yes. Moving on to item number 4, we need a motion for the approval of ordinance 2021-03.
I would move to approve ordinance 2021-03, authorizing the execution of a funding and reimbursement agreement for the purchase and installation of play equipment within the Sensory Garden and Playground between the Wheaton Park District and the Play for All Playground and Garden Foundation.
Second.
Second by Morrill. We have a motion by me, a second by Morrill. Mike?
Commissioner Mee?
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
Commissioner Vires?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill?
Yes.
President Frey?
Yes. Moving on to item number 5, resolution 2021-08. Can we get a motion?
Move to approve resolution 2021-08, amendment to the Wheaton Park District cafeteria plan with health flexible spending arrangement.
Second?
Second.
Second by Kelly. Motion by Vires, a second by Kelly. Mike, please.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Moving on to item number 6, payroll processing and human resources information services. Could I get a motion?
Move to approve the renewal of an agreement for payroll processing and human resource information services with Paylocity through October 31, 2024, at an estimated annual cost of $127,000.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion by me and a second by Morrill. Mike, can you take the roll, please?
Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
Commissioner Vires?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill?
Yes.
Commissioner Mee?
Yes.
President Frey?
Yes. Moving on to item number 7.
Yeah, I'll move that we approve a contract with Williams Architects for design services of the community center interior design upgrades in the amount of $24,300.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Second, me.
Vires. We have a motion by Kelly, a second by Vires. Mike, please.
Commissioner Vires?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill?
Yes.
Commissioner Mee? Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
President Frey?
Yes. Moving on to item number 8, Lincoln Marsh office and garage renovation bid results.
Yeah, I'll also move that we accept the bid from Wall Fill, the base bid plus an alternate and a 10% contingency. This is for the Lincoln Marsh office and garage remodeling. And the contract amount would be $66,966.90.
Second.
Motion by Kelly, a second by Vires. Mike, please.
Commissioner Morrill?
Yes.
Commissioner Mee?
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly?
Yes.
Commissioner Vires?
Yes.
President Frey?
Yes. Moving on to item number 9, parking lot seal coating and striping services for Hoffman Park, Graff Park, and Central Athletic Complex. Do we have a motion?
I'll move to accept the recommendation for the quote from Sur Seal Parking Lot Maintenance for $18,393.72 for the seal coating and striping of Hoffman Park, Raft Park, and Central Athletic Complex.
Second.
Motion by Vires, a second by Kelly. Mike?
Commissioner Mee,
Yes.
Commissioner Kelly.
Yes.
Commissioner Vires.
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill.
Yes.
President Frey.
Yes. Item number 10, Prairie Office Building HVAC Unit Purchase and Installation.
Yeah, I'll move that we accept the bid from Air Right in the amount of $23,775 for replacing air handling units and condensing units at the Prairie Office Building.
Do we have a second?
Second.
A motion by Kelly, a second by me. Mike?
Commissioner Kelly.
Yes.
Commissioner Vires.
Yes.
Commissioner Morrill.
Yes.
Commissioner Mee.
Yep.
President Frey.
Yes. Moving on to reports from staff. Anyone giving a...
John or
I have nothing further to add to the reports that have been presented.
Commissioners? Ray?
John, you want to go? Okay. The recreation report was very well done, and I know that 2020 was an extremely challenging year for all of you, so I appreciate everything the recreation staff and the athletic staff have done in order to serve our community. In the report, I especially like the format of showing the trends, challenges, and moving forward. Kind of gives us a sense of, where we're at and what our problems are and what you're hoping to do to take care of those problems in the future. So I like that format. In the reports, especially pleased to see that the junior zookeepers at Cosley Zoo, they've got 60 teenagers involved in the AZA program. I think that's great. It's always great to see our teenagers especially being involved with the Park District activities. A couple more. The aquatic numbers, Dan, look great. Just wondering if in your final report, if you're going to, and you don't have to answer this right now, but give some thought to how you might increase Northside's numbers as far as participation in swim lessons. They seem to be going down. Northside used to be the strong facility for swim lessons in particular. So would like to see some of your suggestions, ideas, what you might want to do about that. We've got 2 grant applications out there through OSLED and the Land and Conservation Program. Do we know when we're going to get an answer?
Usually they announce them right before the IPRA conference in January, but they haven't really indicated that that's going to be.
So we don't have a date, okay. All right, and the Recreation Department did a program, pop-up play day at Northside Park.
Right.
How many people participated?
About 225.
Oh, wow,
Yeah, it was a good
okay.
crowd. It was great.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, good. And finally, Kristen is leaving us, and, I wish her well. And where she's going to?
She went already to Fox Valley Park.
Fox Valley? Okay. Are we going to replace her or just spread out her responsibilities, do you know?
Right now, we're just spreading out her responsibilities in the interim and just looking at the department as a whole. For a while, we'll just keep it spread out with these guys assuming some of the responsibilities.
Okay, very good.
You guys got to work harder.
We already do. Yeah, we
I know.
continue.
Well, good luck to Kristen.
Commissioner Morrill is handing it off to me. I want to start with, I want to recognize one of our Park Board commissioners for, who wishes to remain anonymous, for taking 3rd place in the Arrowhead Golf Club Championship very recently. Now, he's a very modest guy, so he doesn't want to say anything, but he's sitting to my right. And I want to recognize, the donations and the donors, to our Cosley Zoo. For 2021, $152,903. That's a significant donation amount, so thank you to our donors, and that's a credit to the staff, for making it something that somebody wants to contribute to. The Arrowhead banquet facility, and of course the restaurant gets, some special mention. We seem to be back on track with our events. July and August, we had 110 events with very positive reviews. We got a rating of 4.6 out of 5 stars in a restaurant, from Open Table. So I don't know how they assess it or who does it, but, that seems to mean something. But 4.6 out of 5 is pretty good. Obviously, our golf rounds have already eclipsed, last year's. So, we're doing pretty well there. The museum is holding its own. We still have, visitation is still strong. I appreciate that. And John, I'm almost done, sir. The last concert of our, concert series this past weekend was sold out. Myself and several of our commissioners were there. It was really a rock and roll event. Sold out, beautiful weather, everybody, all good comments. It's still a work in progress. Our Brew Fest did well again. Working with staff, for me is always a pleasure. Shakespeare in the Park, still an attraction. We had our Coslick Classic, last month. The staff did a good job, trying to get us back on track with that. I know we did it last October, but we had even more people this time. And, I want to thank our donors, for the Play for All Playground and Garden Foundation. They're still coming on strong. And last but not least, Rams football. We've got more participants this year than we did, in 2019. We kind of have to overlook 2020 a little bit, although it was still strong then. So, we're doing really good. And Ray's already mentioned, pool pass sales, eclipsed those, in 2019. So once again, my credit to you and the staff. Thank you.
Thank you.
John?
No, I'm good.
Okay, I just want to, this report is fantastic. It's beautiful. It's well done. I just want to, not just the Recreation Department, but every department within the Park District, give you guys a shout out to the great job you did the last 18 months to put us where we're at today. You did a above and beyond Herculean effort. Thank you very much.
I meant to make mention of the Recreation's annual report. So, thank you. But, the testimonials kind of say it all, for what the community thinks, of our Recreation Department and all of our events. So, I'll rely on those as a pure indicator of how we're doing. Thanks again.
Anything else?
We going in closed session or no?
Nope. No, sir.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, staff.
John, you're going to